Hello everyone and welcome to Day Trader S&P 500. It's a rare Saturday edition of Woodson Wave Report. It's Saturday, June 1st. We have a lot of catching up to do for our YouTube subscribers. So let's go about it and get started with SMH, the Van Eck Semiconductor. Okay, this is in our video on demand subscription, which I can show you guys right here, and we've got video on demand right there. It's all these things. Okay, it's only $55 a month. I update these four that I'll do right here at the end of every month. So this was the May update here. You can see we had a 1 up from the pandemic low, a 2 down here to 1013 at 83.49. We had a couple different wave counts there, but we went with the red, okay, which put wave 1 up here at 161.17. A slight second wave retracement, that's a 2 with a circle, and we're in wave 3 up. You can see the 1.618 target there. Let me get that decimal point in there so we don't confuse what we're looking at. There we go. Okay, is 263.90. You can see this hit the 1.414. We have threes at 2 different degrees of trend, but they're both sitting close to each other, a 263.90 and a 258.33. Okay, so we're looking at 1 up with a circle, 2 down, and this 3 up went to the 1.414 and just above it, and the 1.618 lies above. Any move down in wave 4, which we don't even know is in place yet, should hold above this wave 1 high. So we'll leave it sitting here. Obviously that 5 goes above wave 3. That's it for the Van Eck, the SMH. Let's go into another one of our video on demand, and we're looking at Tesla here. A lot going on here, and this was, well, we can go backwards a little bit. Okay, this was the 5-wave rise going way back here to the March pandemic low, March 2020. There's 5 up. There was that identifying 4th wave contracting triangle. That made 5 waves up. We had an A down, B up, C down for wave 2, which was a perfect 786 retrace. Okay, and then from there, if we can zoom in on that, we had another 5 waves up, okay, which made that small 1 at 299.29. Another A down, B up, C down, which was another 786 retracement. This move down here to 101 was a Fibonacci 786. This move down here, I'm sorry, that was wave 2. This one is also a 786 retracement. You see it's moving up from there. So let's get a little bit closer in. Let's go from daily to hourly and zoom in on this. A lot of lines here. We've even got the after hours in there, but that's okay. You can see that wave 2 down there. Let me make this even bigger and spread that out a little more. You can see the wave 2 down there. Okay, 138.80. You can see we got 5 waves up for 1. We've got an ABC down. This is where this ABC could be the entire retracement, which is near a 50%, or it could be the larger wave A. And let me make that bigger, okay? So it could be ABC and done, or it could be this small ABC is just A, okay? And then we get a B up, and then we get a C down. If it is, there's A, there's B. C equals A down here at 155.09, which is near the 618 retracement, okay? We'll have to watch this. This B wave high is eclipsed, then we're probably going to eclipse the high up here, which is, what is it, 198 and some change, okay? So looks like a bullish count. Obviously, this 138.80 low has to hold for the bulls, and then we got either an ABC, which makes a larger wave A, then the B up, then the C, or we've got an ABC and we're done. How do we know when we're right? When this high is eclipsed, then this ABC is done. When this low is eclipsed, then it's A with the parentheses down, B with the parentheses up, then C down, and that's where C equals A at 155.09. Okay, that's the Tesla video on demand update. Let's do Bitcoin if we can. Okay, let's see what we're in here. We're in the hourly, so let's get out of that and go to a daily. We'll go from top down. Let's look at Bitcoin on a daily basis. Here we go. Okay, we can do the long history, but I won't bore you guys with that. This was a second wave retracement down here. We've had a 1 up to 31,818, a 2 down to 24,920. We're in 3 up. You can see our wave 3 targets there. It hit right on the 2.618 or just above it right here. Okay, and then it did a little decline. There's still higher targets above, and this still looks like it's unfolding. This 3 looks like it should go further still, okay, because it shouldn't be the shortest. So this could be, I'm going to move this over here for now. This could be 1, 2, 3, 4. That could be 1, and that could be 2, that could be 4. It could be either one. Anyway, this thing looks bullish and is still expanding. Okay, the bigger trend targets are up here at, let me get this where I can see it a little better. That's 83,992 to 100,309. Okay, and that's the 4.618. You can see smaller degrees of trend in here. Suffice to say, as long as this wave 1 high holds, this thing is bullish, and this seems to go not in 1.618 but 2.618, 3.618, and 4.618 multiples for Bitcoin. But the big one there is it hit right there, 1, 2. That could be 3 right there, or it could go higher. Okay, sure looks like a 3, and this looks like a 4 at a larger degree of trend. Looking at this Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3, and then we'll get the Roman numeral 4 here. Okay, should hold above the wave 1 high. Okay, that's it for the Bitcoin, and then we go to XBI, the Biotech. Okay, again, this is in our monthly. I get into a lot more detail in the video on demand subscription service. But here with the XBI, you can see from this low we have a 1 up at 95.18, an ABC correction for wave 2 down, and then we've got another 1 up, 2 down. Okay, so our wave 3 targets are above here. You can see in the red we have a 120.86. That's where that red 3 equals that red 1. Okay, this 2 could still go further down. So far it's a perfect 0.500 retrace, unless or until it goes above the wave 1 high. We have to allow for wave 2 to go further down. Okay, when it moves above that high, that's when our wave 3 target of 120.86 comes into play. That's the minimum where 3 equals 1. There are higher targets that you can see above, and the 1.618 is at 145.41. Again, the bulls need to see a move above 103.52. The bears need to see a move below 81.14 for these lower targets to come into play, which are 76.71 and 70.71. That would be wave 2. Okay, so that's it for the XBI, and again, that is on our video on demand subscription. You can see all these other things here: triggers, targets, and trading. A lot of trading and educational videos and charts and information right there. Again, 89 a month. I thought it was 55. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Video on demand. I think it's 55. My mistake on that. Okay. My apologies, but let's get into the SPX if we can. This is a weekly chart. Okay, we got a lot going on here, of course. Let me get all this into focus. Okay, again, we were one of the first to identify this expanding triangle early on near the B wave high. Okay, we got several different counts. We got a black, a blue, a purple. Okay, in the black, this was 3. This triangle was 4. And that was 5 with a circle. We have an A down in parentheses, a B up, there it is, and a C down to near or below the A wave high. low. Okay, those B wave targets in black, you can see 5188 is the 1.272 and 5373 is the 1.414, and so far it's right between those. Why do I use those multiples? Because this is an expanded or inverted flat, and in an expanded or inverted flat, the B wave tends to go to one of these multiples. Right now it's right in between. That is the black wave count. Should not go to the 1.618. That's a multiple like a third wave or a C wave. Okay. In the blue, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 in parentheses, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 5. Okay. That went past the target, the 1.618 of 5189. Okay, that's still in play, but it's a little bit of a stretch for that wave 5. And the purple is the most bullish wave count, and that shows this is the wave 1 high here, this is the wave 2 low, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5 equals 1 at 6084. I will note that the minimum requirement for the 5th wave is to go above the 3rd wave high, which has already happened, but it gains equality with 1 at 6084. That's our most bullish forecast. Okay, and the black wave count is the most bearish. Okay, that is the S&P on a weekly basis. I want to look at the hourly. Here we go. We'll get in these Fibonacci turn dates. Let me make that a bigger screen. Okay, here we go. And these are the turn dates. I'll show you guys this on our monthly newsletter to our paid subscribers, but pretty much starting with the 1228 high, the market has been spinning and turning on the Fibonacci turn dates off that high. The most recent one was 520.24, and it so far has topped 3 Fibonacci days later on 523. Okay, the next one is in August, so we'll see how that plays out. But the main thing here is to show you guys these Fibonacci turn dates here. Okay, I think we can get. Let's just go to that since we're on it. Okay, let me get the June monthly report, which was put out a couple days ago. A lot of information on here. Here's about the triggers and targets. Okay, these are the recent triggers and what they've profited, and those are the more recent upside triggers going all the way from that low. I think you guys will see this on the next chart. Here is that weekly that I showed you with the 3 or 4 different wave counts on it. We got the black wave count, the blue wave count, and the purple wave count. Okay, there you go. There's the daily bar on the S&P cash. Okay, there's the hourly, and here's those Fibonacci turn dates here that are, I put that in. There's the 520 turn date with the 523 high. The next one is 817. If you want to see those turn dates better, they're right here. Okay, I had to squeeze them into this chart here, but that's what we're looking at on the S&P cash. By the way, that gap was filled, I believe yesterday, when this was printed on Thursday. Okay, and then we'll get to the NASDAQ analysis here. This is a daily bar. There's the previous all-time high in November. This is A down, this is B up. You can see in the NASDAQ, it leads on the way up and leads on the way down, but it's lagging because it hasn't even reached the 1.272 for the wave B high, where the other indexes are between the Fibonacci 1.272 and 1.414. Again, we have a couple different wave counts here, but the 16,905 was ideal, and so far it's gone just above it at 17,032. But we got to allow for that B wave to go up there. This is the alternate count in blue. Okay, the alternate count calls the completion complete, the correction complete. But the reason that I don't like that as much in the NASDAQ is because, unlike the Dow and the S&P, this initial 5-wave decline from the 2021 high, which was January of 2022 in the S&P and Dow, but this previous all-time high was a clear 5 waves down with no overlap, no leading diagonal triangle. So this is more likely correct with the A down and the B up to the expanded flat 1.272 to 1.414. Again, it's lagging. NASDAQ leads on the way up and leads on the way down. Since it's lagging, it tells us that the trend is down, and this black wave count is more than likely correct. Okay, There's our triggers and targets with the NASDAQ. Here's our Dow daily bar. You can see one down. Here A, there's where 4 overlaps 1, so it's a leading diagonal. That doesn't happen in the NASDAQ. Then we've got a 1 or an A, 2 or a B, and 3, 4, 5. You can see it's hit 40,000, and it's kind of stalled out there. And here's the lows, and here's the trend line that's adjacent to it or copied. Okay, and it went just above it, went down, and now it served as support, and now it's resistance. And that 40,000 should be tough to break. I did a report a month or two ago about how the Dow struggled with 1,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. Now we're here at 40,000, and it seems to take years for it to get over those milestones. So we'll see how 40,000 works out. Okay. So that's where that is. Again, that's a couple days old. There's those Fibonacci targets right there. Okay, and the bond market. Okay, 10-year U.S. Treasuries. We've been bullish for a long time. Okay, going back to the 2020 low. Unbelievable gains, unbelievable multiples, but still say the trend is up. Again, I want to reiterate that we had a 39-year bear market in interest rates from 1980 to 2020. Okay, and now I think we're in a 39-year bull market, which is barely 4 years old, which is 1/10 of where it's going to go. This move up is 1/10 of the move up from, well, it goes back to less than 1 to 5%, and then here we go from there. You can see our targets here, the wave 3 targets. We got a 1 up from this low, a 2 down. There's our 3 targets. It hit between the 1.618 and the 2.618. I wouldn't give up on the 2.618 yet. It's just above. You can see this thing is climbing there. That's a couple days old. Let me get over to the bond market, see if I can get that in there for you guys. Get a little more updated. US 10-year, there we go. Bear with me while I make all this fit. Okay, you can see there is the one from the wave 1 high from the 2020 low, which is, I'll just show you guys, it's way back here. Okay, it's way back here, way back here. Yeah, end of the 39-year 39-year bear market from the 1981 high. That was the 30-year at 18%. This low was 0.333%. Okay, but that was in March of 2020. Okay, yeah, March of 2020 when everything was a low. Okay, let's get back into the present day if we can. We're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. Okay, here we go. Let me make this all fit to the most recent price action. Okay, so from that high, that was 1. This is Roman numeral 2. Okay, Roman numeral 3 equals 1 at 7.255%. That's the minimum. Okay, 1.618 is obviously going to be higher. Okay, so you got that 1 there, and that 2 down here at 3.253%. There's where 3 equals 1. Within that wave 3, we have a wave 1 up with a circle around it, a wave 2 down with a circle around it, and wave 3 equals 1 right here at 5.551. This will be just above this high here, 5.021. 5% interest rates are coming. Okay, we're almost there now. But from that 2 low, we have a wave 1 up in parentheses, a wave 2 down, and this is the wave 3 in play. Okay, so far, like I said, it went between the 2.618 and the 1.618. If that is the high, let me just do this real quick, just for clarification purposes. Can I? Yeah. If that was the wave 3 high, bear with me while I make that a 3. Okay. If that was the 3 wave high, then you see these red lines here are the retracements for wave 4. Okay, the 382 is 4.364. The 500 is 4.255. Since it would be a 4, it shouldn't go below this wave 1 high of 41.96, 4.196%, okay? I still think this 3 has a chance to make that 2.618 multiple, so we'll see how that plays out, okay? So that's the bond market. We've been all over the bond market. I sure wish Timer Digest still had rating services, because we'd be #1 in the bond market for years and years and years if they still rated like we were bond market timer of the year before in the past. But it's not, so be it. Let's go back here to that June monthly. There's the bond I wanted to touch on. I believe we have gold. And you can see all the triggers and targets that we have received and hit with a bunch of direct hits. You can see here there's a downside target, direct hit, upside target, direct hit, another upside target, direct hit. They're all over the place. Here's the gold. Okay, this goes back to 2015. I kind of like looking at this big picture still, because this third wave up is still in play. Okay, we had a 1 up, a 2 down in parentheses, a 3 up, which equaled to 2.618, a 4 down, and then 4 wave 5. When I say third wave, it's wave 3 of 5 with parentheses, and it's still going. We've got 1 of 5, you can see here, 2 of 5, and now we're in 3 of 5. You can see the targets here. Okay, so far it's between the 1 and the 1.618. We listed the 2.618 and the 3.618. Okay, we've got triggers and targets all over the place with direct hits all over the place. Okay, we won't go into detail with all those. There's that high on May 20th. Okay, let me see if we can get that in the picture here with gold. If I can find gold, maybe it's not even necessary. Okay, but we'll make this, yeah, we've got an hourly on this, so I have to change that. You can see those higher targets up here. This might be a better, just closer look at it. Okay, there was a 4, so we have 1 of 5 here, 2 of 5 down here, and here's our 3 of 5 targets. Okay, you can see them right there, and so far we have that 2450.10 as our most recent high. It's hit the 1, there's a 1.618, 2.618, and 3.618. Since it's a third wave, we gotta allow for all of those Fibonacci multiples. Okay, let's get back to, I think we did the S&P weekly, yes, and the daily. Let's get over to the ES. Okay, here is daily chart of the ES. Okay, from that wave 4 low, that's when we got our first trigger, upside trigger. It was the trading day after the low. Okay, October 30th, and you can see another trigger. We had 5 upside triggers. We had so many point gains, and what I explained in the triggers and targets video, which is in the video on demand, is if you acted on these triggers, bought a contract here, and we're not a trading service, we don't make trade recommendations, but this is what some of our subscribers are doing. They're using our triggers and targets as entries and exits and make or breaks for stops. Anyway, you buy one here, you add a second here, you add a third here, you add a fourth here, you add a fifth here up into that high, and you get the 108,000 right here, which each upside trigger. Okay, and then you're never going to get 100% of the move, but that's theoretically what you could get if you got it and got out at the high. Who does? Okay, probably get out somewhere around here. But then when you got this move down, now I wanted to look at this. This is a daily chart. Okay, we've got from that 49.6350 low, which is a key level, we've got a 1 up, a 2 down, a 3 up, a 4 down, and a 5. However, it is possible, and there's so many different ways to count this, but it is possible, I'm going to put this over here, that this is actually 3, and this is 4. And if it was, we need to change that retrace. So I'm going to do this live. We'll put that there. So if that is 1, 2, 3, 4, that's another way to count it. You can see that fourth wave did a 50% retracement. These numbers are for the entire 5-wave advance the way it was, okay? But 3 could be here, 4 down, and 5 up to new highs, and we have a count that looks at that, okay? But we'll put this back for now, okay? That is entirely possible, so I'm going to make everyone aware of that, okay? We'll know by watching this smaller internal wave count what exactly is going on. if that's the 382 and we're done and we go up, or that is the 5 and we go down. The key level will be this 49.63.50 low. That's taken out. If that is taken out to the downside, then the market's correcting more than this move up, okay, from April 19th to 523. And the next one is, okay, then it's probably correcting at least this move up from this low down here at 41.80 or 47.02. Is that what it is? I think it is, yeah. So it'd be correcting this whole move up from January through May, okay, 6 months worth. So we'll see how that plays out, and we'll update our monthly subscribers with the short term, which covers all of that, okay. But let's look at the ES a little shorter term. We had put out that we had a 5 target of 53.91, but our wave 3 going back here was shorter than wave 1, which is allowable. 3, the rule in Elliott Wave is 3 cannot be the shortest. However, if 5 is shorter than 3, which is shorter than 1, then 3 isn't the shortest, 5 is. So we predicted that 5 would fall short of target where it equals 1. The target was 53.91, and lo and behold, it fell 23 points short of it, okay? So from that all-time high on the 23rd, which is 3 Fibonacci days from our turn date of May 20th, May 23rd, we have a 1 down, a 2 up, a 3 down, a 4 up, which holds below the wave 1 low, and a 5 down. And this was Friday's action, and as soon as it hit that 5 down, a big reversal up right to the 618 retrace, okay? So this looks like 2. 2 could go up to the 786 retrace. 2 cannot retrace more than 100% of 1, so it should hold below the 53.68.25 high. Again, whenever we make any chart or any trade, first question to ask, where is this wrong? Where is this wrong? If it goes above that high, 53.68.25, then those higher 5th wave targets come into play. Okay, but this is the hourly, and let's just do this while we're here. Okay, let's see if that is the high, and obviously it could still go higher. They love those 786 retraces, don't they? They like to just shake everybody out before they take it the other way. So we'll go from here, and that's the wave 1 with parentheses low. That's the wave 2 high with the parentheses, and there's where 3 equals 1 at 51.44. And we threw all those other ones in there. The 1.618 is 5043. So we'll see how that plays out. And that is the hourly on the ES. And if we look at the 10-minute, we got the same chart there. Okay, we had our downside trigger here, 53.06. We had our targets here. It hit all the higher targets, and then we had 1.414 at 52.0475, and the actual low was within a point, less than a point, or a point and a quarter right there, and there was a 1.618. That won't be a 3 target because it's down. Okay, that's where those targets were. Okay, we are on the 10-minute. Okay, let's go back and look at, we did the June monthly. Here's a post-market close from Friday. For our monthly subscriber base, market completes 5 waves down from the all-time high. As you saw, there is the 10-minute. There is, let me get it in there. There are the 5 waves down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the targets. There's the retrace. The big 618 in no time shot right up from there. There's the 786. There's the make or break. There was an upside short-term trigger with a short-term target. As we showed you before, we got a longer-term target that's way above that, but that's for the 10-minute chart, okay? And there's the short-term targets to the downside. You can see it hit right near the 1.414. All right, and then yeah, I think that's about it. And there's that daily bar again. And again, that 3 and 4 and 5 could be different. A couple of different ways to count that. The short-term 10-minute and 1-minute, even hourly, will show us the way. Okay. There's that higher target right there. Okay, that 53.33, and there's a 54.96. Okay, and there's our disclaimer and all the past targets and all the profits up and down. Those are recent and past targets. Okay, So that's what we're looking at. Let's leave you guys with this chart right here. This is the most recent price action on an hourly. Hourly is the best way to view Elliott waves. This is what we're looking at here. See if 2 goes higher or if this thing breaks and goes above the all-time high on May 23rd. Okay, that's it for this time, and until next time, take care, everyone.